Greetings and welcome to this week's journey of the beating heart moment. I'm Fred Johnson. Hope you had a good week last week. I hope that some of the things that we spoke about inspired you to visit them every day. I hope that your continued journey and centeredness around the gratitude and the connection to the rhythm of your beating heart, coupled with the beautiful harmonic melody of the song of your breath, is helping to support both your physical and your mental wellness, well being. And even in those moments, sometimes of possible challenge, that you're inclined now or really in practice now of connecting to the centeredness by really being in gratitude, connecting to, acknowledging your beating heart, and being conscious and deeply breathing into the beautiful song of your breath. Um, we've talked a lot over the past few weeks, as we will continue, about what's happening inwardly. What's the connection between that beating heart, the connection to the beating heart. Excuse me, to to our breath and to the frequency and vibration of our thinking, and the collective essence of how that triangle of healing, if you will, really works together to help to keep us centered. Um, and I want to talk a little bit about the world, like that world, that big world out there, that what's going on, so much going on in our world. And many times, what's happening in the world will have a direct effect upon how we feel, whether it's a sense of exhaustion from just all that we hear, or a sense of anger or hopelessness, or hopefully some moments of hope. But I think to not acknowledge the fact that our world, and the world that we're in, and the world that we move through, and the world that we work in, can have a direct effect upon our ability to feel balanced, our ability to remember, to focus on and do those things that are really um, there for us to utilize, so that we can really find a sense of balance. And so I thought I would share with you, for your consideration this week, um, a wonderful frequency, a wonderful Sankofic mantra that really speaks to our intentionality, or our connection to what's happening in the world. And this one particular mantra, phonetically, it's really, really great. I mean, the way you always remembering that when we bring forth these suggestions, or these, sort of patterns to consider for intentionality for the week, that it's what the meaning, what it means, how it sounds, and how it feels. And this particular one is really, really beautiful. It's Lino et vous sojada sum. Lino et vous sojada sum. And Baba Ishangi inspired us to know that the essence and the meaning of Lino Evu So Jadasum is to really season our thoughts with kindness, to season our thinking with kindness. He would oftentimes talk about, and I know many of us are in conversations about food, because we love food, and how do we season that food, and how are we attracted to food by the smell? How are we attracted to food by the unique taste and flavor? And so, in terms of finding a real connection between our caring for and nurturing of ourselves, and really listening to and being in frequencies and vibrations for balance, and to help us move through that, as we align with that outer world, if we will season our thoughts with kindness. And I don't think there's any argument that we need a lot of kindness, and we need to find those ways to be in harmonic resonance and to be inclined to move towards each other and not fall into the traps that are moving us away from each other, right? To just like we really want to make sure that our breathing and that our heartbeat and that our thoughts are positive and that they begin inwardly and become the foundation for us. That this wonderful Sankofic mantra, and remember that the beauty and the core of the Sankofic mantra or the Sankofa journey, which is again a part of the Akan, the great powerful Akan symbols, and the two symbols that signify Sankofa. One is the bird with their wings outstretched and the head turned to the side, and the other is the beautiful swirling heart, which denotes it's good, it's important for us to go back and regain whatever it is that we lost. So as we endeavor to regain and maintain a sense of wholeness, health, and healing in our mind, in our bodies, and in our way of being in the world, to season our thoughts with kindness is a beautiful thing. And I can, when I talk about that, and I can almost smell the fragrance of kindness. Imagery is a really, really important of our creative journey. Imagery, to imagine and to bring forth from thought imagery. So just imagine what might be the fragrance of kindness. What might the fragrance of kindness, what might we smell, and what might it lovingly and warmly and sweetly ignite within us, if our intention is to be kind and in balance with ourselves, to be kind and in balance with ourselves, and to be in balance, and our breath into and our being into the world, and our presence, our energy, right, is seasoned with thoughts of kindness. So Lino evu sojada sum, season our thoughts, or I season my thoughts with kindness. Lino evu sojada sum. Lino, where does that resonate within you? Lino evu sojada sum. That's the thing that I love about, and again, we talk about whether we're, using the mantras phonetically or whether it's in our native tonal understanding. Let me put it to you that way, right? The language that we're familiar with, this beautiful light phonetic language of the Sankofic journey. Is so beautiful in its resonation, right? But if we were to say, I season my thoughts with kindness, remembering that our thoughts and our words are so powerful and they're very healing, right? I season my thoughts with harshness, or I season my thoughts with kindness. I season my thoughts with kindness. Thoughts about myself, thoughts about my way of being in the world, thoughts about other beings, thoughts about nature, thoughts about the world, thoughts about life and living. I season my thoughts with kindness. I season my thoughts with kindness. Can you feel the beauty and the power and the energy of possibility in that? I think sometimes we forget, how powerful our words are, how powerful our thoughts and thinking are. And we know from all of the scientific and all the scientific studies, all the research that's being done, you know, our thoughts, the vibration of our thinking and our speaking resonates inside of us, moves through our mind, right? Shortening that distance. Remember, I oftentimes remind us of that old mystical concept that the longest distance traveled is the distance between the head and the heart. Excuse me. I season my thoughts with kindness. I season my thoughts that moves through the heart with kindness. Lino evu. That really kind of rattles my diaphragm here. My solar plexus area. We know that when we do just general toning, the tone really resonates in the third energy center, or that energy center that houses the energy that most directly relates to how you perceive yourself, how you see and feel yourself. Connects the heart center and that solar plexus, or that our diaphragmatic area right here, right in the third energy center. Evu Soljada Sum. The sixth energy center here that houses our intuition, our inner wisdom. Huh? Lino evu sojada sum. Phonetically, I write that Lino, Leno, evu, EVU, Sojada, Sojada, Sum, Sum, long U, Sum. Lino evu sojada sum. Lino evu sojada sum. I season my thoughts with kindness. Again, that integration, if you will, the integration between the inner speak, our inner being, the beating heart, the song of the breath, our thinking, the frequency and vibration of our thinking, and then the frequency and vibration of our speaking, the integration between the inner and the outer, between the inner garden journey and what we can do inwardly, and how we can be and communicate and energetically move through the world so that we can create a sense of balance. I invite you this week to explore this whole concept of in this world as I endeavor to nurture myself, to embrace that which I can do, to find a sense of balance and calm and peace within me as I move into the world. I season my thoughts with kindness. I season my thoughts with kindness. Lino evu sojada sum. I season my thoughts with kindness. Be kind to yourself this week. Remember, be in gratitude always. The energy of gratitude is so cleansing, it's so nurturing, and there's always something to be thankful for, while at the same time committing ourselves that all we do, all we choose to be in the world is for the greater good of all. Li no e vu so jada sum. I season my thoughts with kindness. Be kind to yourself this week. Be loving to yourself this week. Remember to do those things that help to enrich our heart and enrich our breath. Remember hydration and nutrition. Remember to be kind to yourself, to listen to how you speak, and use your beautiful voice to awaken that vagus nerve. Or lino evu sojadasum, or anasada. Enliven the body first thing in the morning. That beautiful surrender, that embrace of all possibility. Such a great honor to have this opportunity to be with you. Have a great, great week. I will see you